what up, world? Beautiful people, what's going on? Yo, I haven't done a Facebook Live in a minute, so forgive me if I see some new functionalities or something. I don't know what's going on, so I'm gonna wait to see who tunes in right now. Okay, what up, Harry? What up? What up? Hey, so Harry, listen. Before I get started, you're gonna be my sound guy. So if you can't hear me or the music, you know, ain't working or whatever, you gotta let me know. All right. Yo, what up, Whitney B? Whitney, what's up? What's up? What's up, Brandon? Hey, man, that's like a high school friend, yo. That's what's up. I appreciate it. Oh, my love. I just seen my love came in. What's up, babe? What's up? What's up? Oh, Harry, you got me. You got me. Okay. Yeah, so if anything lag, let me know. You know, um, I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. I'm nervous. You know what I'm saying? It's a big deal. It's a big deal. So listen, first, let me just start off by saying I am just so thankful to be in this moment right now. So I honor God. I love him truly, truly, truly. If anybody know me, that's what Just a Puppet is all about, okay? I don't do anything without God, and that does not make me perfect, nor do I try to be perfect, but I try, and I put a lot of effort in making the right decisions. So to make it to this album release, doing it online, it's a beautiful thing. So I honor him. Um, then I want to honor my homegirl, Whitney B, who unfortunately, y'all, will not be with us tonight. She is suffering from a major toothache, and I don't know if anybody's ever had any major pain, but yo, it's rough, you know. So she was really trying to push to do this thing, but you know she having trouble talking, you know. So I just want to say shout out to her. She's online right now. So Whitney B, she's a powerful woman. I met her like a couple of months ago from my homegirl T Shep in Greensboro. What up? Um, she does open mics, and she just celebrated her first year as hosting her own open mics, and that's how I met her. And she's just cool people. So I'm real sad she can't make it tonight, but we have many more sessions to go through. So much love to her. And then I just want to shout out my babe, my love, Courtney. She's supposed to be working. I don't know if she's working. She's taking a break or something. I don't know. But I just want to shout out to her. If y'all seen the post, man, we just celebrated our 1 year, which is a big deal. Okay, it's a big deal, and she has supported me, loved me, accepted me, and all the things that I'm going through as I do with her. And I just really, really, really just want to shout her out because I don't think I could be in this moment as I am without her, and that's real. So I love you, babe. All right, so listen. Tonight we are celebrating, like real talk, y'all. This is like my ninth album, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Okay, independently recorded, mixed and mastered by yours truly, and it's a big deal because this is like, if y'all know me, okay. How about if you don't know me? My music is really different. It's really eclectic. A lot of people like to say I've had to make my own genre. It's called hip renaissance. So it's a mixture of gospel, hip hop, alternative, and spoken word. You know, of course, it has other elements. I play guitar. I started out as a producer and songwriter. I'm a poet. You know, I started this whole thing by doing poetry. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's my graduation. So the evolution of learning who I am and how I want to be as an artist and what I'm about, you try to hit the mark every time. And so this album is I'm already a deep person, like, expressive, vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? And so this album is called The Separation. Um, if you've seen the flyer, the album is about my broken marriage, what happened, domestic violence, co-parenting, um, father's rights. I mean, that one situation has changed my entire life. Like, real talk. What's up, people coming in? What's up, Auntie Peggy? Yo, it's her birthday. I believe it was yesterday. Everybody give a shout out to her for her birthday. Perry, what up? What up? I really appreciate y'all tuning in to Jastin Artis Live. Okay. Um, but yeah, so this album is heavy, man. Like, it's not light on the topics. It's real. It's the truth. And I want y'all to really understand that it's the truth. Like, I'm not making things up. I'm not, how can I say, fabricating things. It's honest. It happened to me. It really, it happened. And so I know it's gonna be a little challenging for me to kind of give it to y'all without having my host Whitney live with me, but I'm gonna do my best. So bear with me. This ain't easy, okay? This is not easy, man. This is the realest album I have ever put out, and I'm definitely proud of it. But it's not easy topic. So just to give you the format, I think I'm gonna give you a little bit more on kind of the album and behind things and of that nature, right? And then I'm gonna play two songs. I'm gonna play one. I'll talk about it, tell you some things about it. I'll take some questions. We'll do like three, and then I'll play the next record. Talk about that, give you some insight, whatever. And then we'll take some more questions, and then we'll wrap up. So I don't want to be too long in the sense that I don't have anybody to really interact with as far as what we plan, but please jot down your questions, whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying? So, and, okay. So Whitney already, she got me right now. See, look, that's a purpose-driven woman. Like, come on, y'all, she got a toothache, and she's still online with me trying to get me on point, okay? It's crazy. So listen, let's see. She gonna throw a question out now. All right, so she asked me, what caused you to bring your life forward in your music? Cause I ain't no gangster, you know what I'm saying? I think the stigma with, if you black, you a male, and you rap, you gotta be from the hood, and so you gotta talk about hood things. Gangster life, drugs, sex, money, yada, yada, yada. And so I knew when I was called to be an artist, because I was doing music for like probably a good 8 years or so as a producer and songwriter. Never wanted to be an artist. So when God called me to like, yo, you have something to say, I want you to use your voice and so forth, I really was hesitant about it. But I knew then that I was going to talk about what was real in my life. You know what I mean? I knew what life I lived. So I'm going to talk about that. That's what I know. And then through life experiences, you pick and choose the things that you want to talk about. But I think with this particular album, it went from, a domestic violence situation is what fully ruined my marriage, to then like I lost everything and I don't want to do music no more. So, when I got the feeling to go back to it, I started writing my feelings about what happened and how I really felt. You know what I mean? So it was like, okay, that's a big step than anything that I've ever done. But, when you're trying to be obedient to God and he tell you what to do, that's what you kind of do. So it's been hard, but that's what I chose to do. I'm just this is all from being obedient to God, because who wants to talk about these type of things? Like, real talk, who wants to talk about their marriage was messed up, and ended, and you know, talking about paying child support and the system, and trying to co-parent, and all this drama, y'all. Like, look, if you need to know anything about me, the one thing you need to know is I don't do drama. Okay, I'm too cool for that. Okay, you see the bow tie? It's Bow Tie Wednesday. I got my pink on for Domestic Violence Awareness Month. You know what I'm saying? So I'm too cool to be doing a whole bunch of nonsense, man, especially unnecessarily. So yeah, I think that answered your question, though. What else? Let me see what's going on. That's much appreciated. We love it lately. Music really inspires to get real truth. It's not always easy, but necessary. Hey, I appreciate you because, look, I'm gonna be honest, especially being a Christian artist, or gospel artist, however, you got to categorize it, right? You know what's out there. Like gospel Christian hip hop, it's trap music too now. It's trap hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know. I think still in music, no matter what genre, there's that realness missing, and I love that I am strong enough to bring that to the table. You know what I'm saying? And though it's not trending, you know what I'm saying? People have nothing but respect for it, whether they say it or not. Yo, can't be dramatic. Right here, you can't be dramatic with a bow tie, brother. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Miss Sheila, what's up? What's up? Yes, babe, it definitely is. I mean, come on, Perry, join the club, brother. Like, look, let me give it to y'all, okay? Bow Tie Wednesday started because I saw a bow tie and I just loved it. I don't wear bow ties until about 2 years ago. I was a tie person, and shout out to my homie Brian. He's rocked them. We've always talked about rocking them, but I couldn't do it. So this bow tie that I saw, it started it all. And then I thought, well, if I'm gonna wear a bow tie, let me do it for a cause. So I started doing it to bring awareness to parental alienation or parent alienation. Something I'm going through, I'm living, and not everybody can rock them. Of course, they look sharp, make the outfit look dope, but there's a purpose behind it. So when you wear one, Perry, know that you're not just rocking it to represent yourself, that flyness, but you're representing dads and moms being alienated from their kids, and people need to know about it. So let's see what else we got. Harry, hip hop is a very aggressive sport. How do you manage to proceed without the ego? Oh man, that's a good question, man. Whitney, I have heard that before. Shout out to Molly Music. I've gotten that comparison before, which is crazy. The ego, man, I don't know, Harry. Of course, I can say it's all about God and my purpose of like why I do it. Every time I go in the booth, every time I write, every time I grab my phone or whatever, I'm always thinking, I don't want to sound cliche, but how can my spirit show in the real me and not the extra stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like you said, hip hop is it's like competitive than more competitive than football, basketball, what have you. And so it's like everybody want to yada yada yada, just bars, like everybody want to be a Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Or Jay. And real talk, I am not them. Okay, I'm Jastin Artis, and the way I look at it is, who's trying to be me? You know what I'm saying? Who's trying to do poetry on a record? You know what I'm saying? Who can play guitar on a hip hop record? Like, nobody's doing that but me. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of how I like turn the ego around to, kind of make it positive. But then it's just, I think too, it's just being obedient, man. Like I'm scared to be cocky. Like, we all know, Harry, you an artist, man. It takes time for you to feel confident in like, yo, I do this, especially when you're different. So it's hard to kind of, you know what I mean? Not want to just while out on the record, and show people that you can grind. You know, you can spit. You got bars. You got this. You got that. I mean, to me, it's like everybody has that. So let me start doing what people aren't doing. But I think that's just the way it is. You know. So yeah. So look, I really appreciate everybody joining in, man. Thank you, Miss Sheila. I really appreciate that. I really, really, really appreciate that. Hey, Courtney. Hey. Thank you, babe. So listen, I'm gonna kind of set this first song up. I really appreciate the questions, y'all. This is we vibing right now. We vibing. So a little behind the scenes. Again, this album is very authentic. This is real. This is my life. Every line that you hear is something that happened. Is how I felt. It's where I was. So yes, this album is. This album was written between 2015 and about earlier this year. So, hey, what's up, Jess? So, a lot of these things that I'm talking about, particularly on the album, is past tense. However, unfortunately, I'm still dealing with like severe parent alienation and trying to be involved with my son. Y'all seen the post. Don't act like you haven't. You know what I'm saying? And so, though I'm removed from like the marriage stuff, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I can't be in this new space that I would love to be in, you know, co-parenting my son, you know. So it's a hard transition to know that like, yeah, this happened to me, but man, this part is still happening. You know what I mean? But I shout out people like, you know, my homie Brian, my love Courtney, you know, my man Harry, my little sis, his image, aka Adrian, my big homie Chris, Big Chris is what we call him. It's really some dope people that's helped through the process of this. You know what I'm saying? So. I just want y'all to know it's real. I'm definitely trying to keep it respectful as much as I can, but the truth hurt. Know that. All right. So I'm gonna play the first song. Harry, you got me. Let me know if you know y'all can't hear it or what have you. But I'm playing one song. This is track 1. All right. It's just the intro to the album.
Church is, especially black church, we only giving the solutions of what God is about. We ain't talking or acknowledging our feelings in the joint. So it's like, nah. Okay, so God, you really want to go out on this limb and do this, like, because people gonna be, you know, am I ready to handle that? And I mean, I prayed on it, man. I don't really know how long it took, but I said, okay, I'm doing it. Initially, but now I'm in that mode. Like now I'm in that vibe of sharing what happened. I'm sharing what's going on. I've done a few Facebook lives and really gone in, and you know, I got the music out. I'm slowly putting each song out one by one, and it's crazy some of the stuff that you're saying about. I know a lot of people see and maybe think the same thing, but they're not speaking out because now. You know how it is, like you can't judge really the success of a brand or artist or whatever just by likes and stuff. I know that's the metrics now, but it's really not, you know, it's worthless because I know a lot of people are watching and a lot of people are seeing what I'm posting and this and that and third, but they ain't saying nothing. You know what I mean? And lately, it seems like one of the biggest point of this, I want people to take action. Whatever that means to them. If it's just you share the song or you share my post, cool. If it's, oh, let me talk to her, cool. If it's, let me help my other brother who's going through the same thing Jastin is going through, cool. You know, if I'm sharing posts about my son and how much I love him or whatever, as men do, profess our love, tell people how we feel, right? Then hopefully it'll make other men want to do the same thing. Or other people who've been in my situation and they just thinking about the bad stuff of it. It's like, well, yeah, I agree. But yo, but yo, but yo, but yo, but yo.
Yeah, so that's how the album starts, y'all. Very simplistic, very candid. Shout out to my big homie Cam. He's my videographer. Yo, check out Purpose Over Everything. I dropped that joint a couple of days ago. Check that out. Okay. Photographer. He shot some of my stuff. He's one of the first people. If I'm not mistaken, he's my first mentor for audio engineering. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to him, man. We were shooting my first video B-rolls and stuff, and we were talking about the album and some of these topics, and like, yo, he's like, I didn't know you went through all of this. Like, I didn't know. And I don't remember exactly what he asked me, but you know, you gotta be careful with these dudes, man. They he asked me something that got me talking, and then I could tell he was videotaping the joint. So, you know what I'm saying? It was dope. So the first versions of the album, it was like actually a poetry intro. You know, that's what I do. You know, that was what I was gonna bring to the table. You know, some poetry. But I'm glad I've had this time to kind of rethink things, and I have so much footage of just me. You know, I have these ideas and different outlets that I'm working on to get out to share my story, and I got to that one and I said, that's it. So yeah, Harry. So yeah, it is, man. It's like that's what you would hear if you and I were talking right now. You know, and I think that's the difference too, y'all. Like people, I mean, let's be real, okay? The only people that I know that's been artists I'm talking about that's been like real vulnerable and that's had success with that is Drake. He's the first person that comes to mind. That's the first thing that I loved about him when he came out. He was very vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? And I think I take this album to a new height of vulnerability. You know what I mean? Like I said, the topics in itself, nobody wants to talk about this. We don't even want to talk about these stuff in church, okay? So I felt like I have to, like, as hard as it is, as much as I'm like, I don't really know. I want people to really know. You feel embarrassed. You feel all these things. You know, fear will stop you. And I chose to not let fear stop me. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate Jess, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, thank you. Thank you, babe. So yeah, so listen, I don't want to get off track. You know, shout out to Whitney B, my host. She couldn't make it, but she's still online. She in spirit. So typically, I'm supposed to be waiting to be asked questions or whatever. So look, y'all go ahead and ask me some questions. Either more of maybe what you want to know, if it's about the particular intro, if you heard something that's like, oh, what? So what you mean by that? I'm gonna share something here in a second if I don't see anything come up. So let me briefly talk about domestic violence right quick, okay? I'm not really sure where Winnie was gonna take it or talk about, but we know domestic violence is a big deal. And I said earlier, a domestic violence situation pretty much broke everything in my marriage. So I'm not gonna really like go in depth. You can check out my video at justapuppet.com with Miss Anita. That Anita Live is her local TV show. I was on air a couple of months ago sharing my story and really give you what happened. So go to justapuppet.com. You can check that out. And so the situation did not start out as domestic violence. It was a simple conversation about me having a concern about spoiling our son. And it quickly escalated. And to this day, I still don't know where me having that concern and sharing it went way all over here. You know what I'm saying? So, my situation ended up with the police coming to my house. Three big dudes too. Okay. You know, at the time, the child we have, he was one, and the stepkids, I don't remember their ages off gate, but you have, you know, an older one teen and a middle child, and it's still very haunting to like go back because I remember faces. I remember what happened. I remember the truth, which is I didn't put my hands on her, you know. Um, and you know, shout out to the port city, Wilmington, North Carolina. If you're watching this, when you watch this, we know the stories that's been going around that I beat her, I put my hands on her, and some more other crazy stuff. But that did not happen. I wasn't raised that way. I wasn't taught to do that. I've definitely been upset. Okay. And those that have been married or are married, you know those moments. And but I've never been that like I'm gonna put my hands on you. Now, if you hit me now, like you know what I'm saying, like my mama told me now, you got to defend yourself. So you know there's a line. But I'm too much of a gentleman, y'all. Like real talk, you never know what can happen, but I like to think I got good sense, so I would never be caught in the moment. So that moment was shocking because I'm like, yo, hold up, I got my hands up, I ain't trying to do nothing, and so my ex was previously married, and she had told me that she had been abused, and so that was like a thing in our relationship, and my thing was, well, you know, you got to be in a place to continue to have a relationship with someone new, you know, to be over it, you know what I'm saying? But I could tell there was still some things that she wasn't over, and so I had to voice my thoughts and opinions about that. Like, I'm here, I want to support you, you know, through this, and so I need to learn if there's certain things that I may do that may cause flashbacks and these type of things, and I'm willing to do that. So there was some work in that, but at this point, at this particular moment, this escalation went from, you know, something like, hey, to like rah, 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 to like the cops showing up in my house. And, you know, we know the climate of the world, y'all. This was 4 years ago, and brothers getting locked up, okay? Like, we in Wilmington, North Carolina. We out in the country. I'm black, all right? And the woman is crying wolf. Like, come on. These three men did not lock me up. I told them my story, told them what happened. I gave them insight from like a minute ago, and they didn't lock me up. And it was the scariest moment of my life. And the following day, then I was served with a restraining order by the sheriff, and I had 15 minutes to get my stuff out the house. And that was it. That was all she wrote, y'all. That was all she wrote. So I'm very aware for domestic violence and the people that really go through something. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, through my story, I found out that my mom was abused. You know what I'm saying? By my dad. And that blows your mind. And so it's like, yo, but that's not me. That's like, you know what I'm saying? And the fact is, and I see y'all writing some comments here, man. But the fact is that had I done something, I would have said it. That's the type of person I am. You know what I mean? Like, I'm too honest for that. Like, I used to lie when I was a little kid, y'all, like real young, and I learned my lesson. So I can't lie if I know I did something. You know what I mean? Regardless of the consequences and something like this, had I said that, you know, I would have been going to jail. You know, but the good Lord saved me, y'all. I mean, it could have very much went the other way for no reason, and it didn't. But it sucked in how it happened. So now, you know, my goal is to share the other side of domestic violence. We always hear about the woman, the man beater, you know, I got kids, you know, and I'm not saying it in that way that, you know, I say that respectfully, but What about us men who are good men, who are out here trying to do the best that we can? We do have expectations. We have a standard. You know what I'm saying? We dealing with a lot. And then we get hit with, yo, he put his hands on me, yada, yada, yada. Now there's a restraining order out. You can't see your kids for a year. What? That's my story. You know what I'm saying? And real talk, well, the craziest thing, y'all, is when that incident happened, I got a new job all in the same week. God is good. So look, let me check out these comments. Okay, Perry, you wrote a lot. Word, brother. Thank you, man. Harry, what? Bruh. Yo, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. No, we don't. But look, let's talk about carrying that cross, though, because, when you marry, the Bible talks about covering. You know what I'm saying? And so I was getting to a point where, we're having these talks with our pastor, doing the counseling, all this stuff. It's like, yo, I'm all about covering, but at what point can I stop covering, or they're going to cover themselves because I can't do your work? You know what I'm saying? I can't do for you what you're supposed to do for you, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody knows me, I'm a big supporter. Like, I learned through this whole situation that I have the gift in carrying my own weight as well as someone else. And I felt like I used to be very good at it. And this one really showed me that I was trying to take on God's job, And so I had to learn how to not do that. And, it was a turning point for me, So domestic violence, yes, it's a serious, serious deal. We know there's a lot of things going on with that right now, as much as everything else in the world today. But again, this album, my posts that you see, I'm trying to express the other side that we don't hear about. You know what I mean? I understand it's a hard thing to really talk about and to share, but that's the beauty of going through the process. You know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all on the support for that. I really do. Let's see. Can we get another question from somebody? I don't think, is Whitney on? Girl, I hope that tooth is all right. Okay. I hope it is all right. Cause I know it's painful, man. I know it's painful. Any more questions? I know I'm giving y'all a lot, man. I'm giving y'all a lot. That's why we're going to do this in pieces. We're going to do it in pieces. For real, though, in the meantime, check out my website, justthepuppet.com. I started a relief fundraiser with my homeboy Brian of Brian Maurice, Brandon, and Imogen. Lord, I always jack it up, yo. B, forgive me. Due to Hurricane Florence, that happened in Wilmington, North Carolina, you can go to savetheportcity.org and purchase some Save the Port City merchandise, some hoodies, leggings for the ladies. You can make your donation, Cash App, Save the Port. It was just an initiative for me. I've spent a lot of time there. My son lives there. So I wanted to do something. So this was a way of doing it. We got a music project coming out. Shout out to his Image, a.k.a. Adrian. She wanted to do a full project with the artists to come together in Wilmington and do a project to help, with the road to recovery, Most of us vibe to music. So that's what we provide is music. So, we making it happen. What are some of the concerns regarding your music that you think can work against you? Okay, I mean, like, where am I at? Like, am I talking to Oprah right now? Like, what's going on? I got to read your question again. What's up, cuz? What are some of the concerns regarding your music that you think can work against you? Drama. Um, that's all I can say. Drama. Um, and when I say that, of course, I'm meaning from the other parent. I have realized that she's stuck in a place of not moving forward. You know what I mean? And so the things that I've experienced over the years, the drama, being talked about, all these different things, it's expected that that can happen. You know, um, and then I think too, people. So off gate, you say I love God. People think you a gospel artist, you Christian, you automatically are this. You put in this category, right? And I think it may be challenging for the Christian world to really get the spirit in this one. You know what I'm saying? Because so often we are worried about um, the solution of God, like what God can do for you, and He can do this and He can do that, that we never really talk about. Doggone it, I feel hurt. My life was attempted murder. Okay, like they tried to take me out. Okay, like my life could have been changed by some stuff that I did not do. You know what I'm saying? So I feel something for real about that. And I have the right to talk about it. I can acknowledge that pain. I can acknowledge that hurt. And I think that might really go over people's heads who are so spiritual that they forget that when you're not in church, you home crying because you don't have the money to pay your rent tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have enough food to eat and you feel some type of way, like hungry. You know what I'm saying? So I think that could stir up some things too. Um, but I see what y'all saying though. Yes, hopefully none. But when you follow the Lord, man, and you follow the purpose, um, people gonna say all types of things, man. But this situation has shown me that God is real. Like, I stand by who I am, what I've done, what I haven't done. I take full accountability, responsibility. Um, was I perfect? Nah, not at all. You know what I'm saying? There's certain decisions I wish I would have done differently. Yes, indeed. You know what I'm saying? But even on my worst day, didn't warrant a domestic violence that pulls me away from the kids. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up with my dad most of my life. You know what I'm saying? And my mom didn't stop him from being around us. You know what I mean? So it's tough, but you if you come on. That's all I gotta say. My armor is strong enough to handle whatever it is, man. So yeah, man. Hey Shane, what's up, man? What's up? I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. So listen, we're gonna get to the next joint. I don't want to take all y'all time tonight, but I really want to say thank you for joining in, tuning in. Please, once we finish, share it. This is really about sharing my story, being authentic to that, and putting all the things that I've been through with my marriage and fighting for my son, and just trying to be the best dude I can be, considering what has happened to me. And I'm an artist, so I put it in the art. But somebody got to learn that you can live through it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to learn that you can make it. And I still got a long ways to go. But with good friends, a great mom, and a lovely girlfriend, the list goes on, man. You can make it. And so that's what this whole thing is about, y'all. Is like, I put it in my music. Somebody else might have artistry where they paint, or draw. Whatever it is, we got to help these men and women that are fighting, that's been through domestic violence, trying to see their kids, all these different topics, man. So I really appreciate it. Just really appreciate it. So we're gonna get to the next song. This is gonna be the last song for the night. All right. So we're gonna do another session. We're gonna do 2 more songs until we've listened to the whole album. Okay. So this single is called Never Will. It's out now. You can get it on whatever streaming platform you love to use: Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music. You can go to my website, justinpuppet.com. But we're going to listen to it now. Again, Harry, let me know if you can't hear it. You know, something's going on. But really, really listen. Get your questions ready. Yeah, cheating. That happened to me too. So get your questions ready. Listen. And we're gonna talk about the song and whatever else comes up, and then end the night. Okay. So here we go. This is called Never Will.
Carpet is my flow, mind on the go. $1 million imagination, Picasso. Counting numbers with zeros. Born black, born post. Spirit filled with everything I know. Just the way you rose, no control. Silence is loud when you hollow. Catching on the greatness is fast but slow. All I need in this life is one mic and one go. I'm the bomb that didn't blow your money. That's paper broke. Put in the pan like I'm cooking with my toe. I was sauced out like Redskins, flagged on the throat. Hear my stats from a ratchet professional. Ticket sold out by your mom's show. Clap for the encore. Hell is hot, earth is ice cold. Frozen over left, oh we grew apart like cornrows. I was strong enough, but you couldn't hold. Bow through sickness, extended. You give me pretended you was in it, leaving your commitment. Never will I leave. Never will I leave. Never will I leave. If it's just you and me, I never leave. Never will I leave. Never will I leave. Never will I leave. If it's just you and me, I never leave. Elevated just a little bit. Surreal as it was for you to sing English. I was warned not to do this. Ruthless to save you like Easy-E. You beat me to the aftermath like DRE. You been there, done that. Always had your back. Can't take it back. Standing on some cracks. I hate to brag. I see your bags where your spirit relax. I was in the gap. Now the missing days you had. I gotta beat these stats. I'm a gold star. Piggy on they back. With the bounce we made, you blew me to Mars. With one grenade, smells like Teen Spirit, Kurt Cobain. Have to drain your love out these veins. You crossed over that thin line and love and hate. Straight as church, afterward you didn't wait. Took off the white face like nothing changed. Hated for the kids, they keep the stain. Oh, when I'm dead and gone, you feel this pain. Never will I leave. Never will I leave.
Are y'all vibing? Are y'all vibing?
When he give you praise for the food on his plate. All the gifts I got, no with my face, you took it away. You take care of him, that's a given. Your control is the prototype of narcissism. Didn't get permission for the ignorant decision. Let my curse of blessings haunt your confessions. Let it scare you enough to do what you say you won't do. You busy, but I don't see what that phone do. You hear my voice through the lines of his face. I was dead and gone, he was born. You never dealt with the pain. You took my choice, I raised a voice. Impact the boys, now you left to fill the void.
Forgive yourself for your choice.
Never
Y'all, this joint real, man. Thank you, Shane. I'm gonna tell you in a second.
I never leave. Never, ever will I leave.
Never, ever.
Will I leave? Never, 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 ever will I leave. If it's just you and me, I never leave. So, man, I ain't never gonna leave. Like that. But you tried. You wanted me to leave. Leave that house. Oh my God. It's angels. And I'm saying, I know you wasn't in it from the beginning. And now I see it makes us family. To me, I live in hell, so I ain't never leave. I ain't never leave.
That's my air guitar, y'all. You would think that I didn't play it, but I did, you know. Yeah, man. That's Never Will. That's the first single from the album. Yeah, man, that was me on the guitar, bruh. That was me. Yeah, I ain't paying nobody to do that. There ain't no sample either. But yeah, man, and it's funny too, Harry. I decided to just add the guitar on it this year. I hadn't planned to put guitar on it, and I think it was because I was trying not to do too much, but I didn't want to. I don't know. You got to be selective when you play guitar like that, you know, especially in hip hop. So I didn't want to overdo it, but I was worshiping to it one day. And I came up with, you know, the melody, and I was like, yo, I got to put this on there. So yeah, man. Yeah, we got to get you up. We got to get you up on some lessons, man. Shout out to my love. She just got herself a guitar. Hey. So she about to start learning. Yeah, Shane, y'all, me and Shane, we went to high school together, man, and real cool dude. We had some fun back in the days, you know what I'm saying? And he just said that, if I'm not mistaken, you said that you were cheated on by your wife, and yeah, man, I can only imagine. But listen, you can get the song on digital media, you know, your Tidal, your Spotify, whatever. But send me your email and I'll send it to you for free. If you really enjoyed it and get something out of it, and you say you want to let her hear it, just send me an email and I'll send it to you after the session is over. But yeah, y'all. So Never Will. Never Will is really, like, I know on the surface, it's like Never Will Leave. Like, what? Like, you still in love? Or like, what? You know what I'm saying? But the point of the song for me was that there's like levels to it. But it was like, I felt in my situation, which I'll never know the reason, but I felt there was a plot against me to be removed from the relationship, from the home, from all of it. And it was like, yo, do you not know who I am? You know, like, that's all I can say. Do you not know who I am and who I serve? Like, I keep saying I am not perfect. I was not perfect. You know, I definitely could have chosen to do or made better decisions when certain things I chose to do. And a lot of that I'm talking about is just dealing with the anger of, you know, how we go from like communicating effectively and doing and being to then, like, you know, this is not the person that I married. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it was more about the kids. Like, I can't leave because I impacted them. You know, there's a line in there that I say, I impacted the boys. You know, I had a stepson and then my son, and you know, especially with my seed, it's like You may have physically gotten rid of me, but real talk, the way I work and the way I believe my God works, like you can't really get rid of me. You know what I'm saying? Like I have affected these people, you know. The crazier thing, I was a stepdad before we even had our son, you know what I'm saying? So I love them like they're my own. You know what I mean? Um, and putting them through this whole thing and all of this stuff, it makes it so hard because they shouldn't have to deal with it. And then the fact that, like, you know, it makes it look like in the stories that are being told about me that like I just beat her up and, you know, I'm unstable and I'm all this other stuff. You know, some of y'all have heard, right? What's up, V? Um, and so I had to keep telling myself, and my mom even was like one of the first people that said it, that like, you know, your son's gonna know you. He's not gonna forget you. Y'all, there was 4 months when this thing happened that I couldn't even talk or see the kids at all. You know what I'm saying? It was supposed to be a year, but I filed for child support. I filed for custody, and that, you know, changed it a little bit, you know, into seeing him. But yeah, man, that's what the song is about. And then of course, you know, it's my pain. Like it's the truth. Like I this was a hard song to write. This was like probably the hardest song to write because the gentleman that I am, I want to be respectful. I want to be kind. I want to, you know, I'm about love, y'all. Like I don't do drama, but it was important for me to let my feelings out. You know what I'm saying, and tell the truth. You know, so. So questions. Let me roll back up. Dang, Shane. So look, man, y'all look, Shane, if you see his comment, wow, man, that hits the nail on the head. That's the same situation I'm in. I'm not the only one, man. I'm not the only one. And Shane, I'm just here to tell you, bruh, we can talk, we can chop it up. I can give what I can. I can listen. I'm here for you, brother. I'm here for you. Um, you know, you can get through it. But I'm going to tell you, you got to be accountable for you. You know what I'm saying? You got to be accountable for you. And you got to be honest with yourself, you know, to get to that next place of being okay with what happened. Regardless of who fault, it ain't really about that no more. You know what I'm saying? It's about how do we get to a better place. And if you're still working on getting back, hey, it can happen, you know. But I'm a living testimony, bruh. You can be all right. You know what I'm saying? You can be all right. So, V, what's up, Van? Okay, Pastor. Same situation on my end as well. Marriage changed, but it brought more relevance to who. Harry, what? You better say that. You better type that again, brother. I've always known who God is. Like, His spirit lives in me, okay? I have major gifts, supernatural gifts, okay? I ain't gonna get into all of that, but I have seen God in a totally different light, okay? And first of all, He has saved me, okay? And when you have that type of experience, I mean, you got to be down with God. You know what I'm saying? Van, my son is he hurting like I'm hurting, but he a soldier, man. He a soldier. He love his daddy. No, I do not have my son full time. No. Send me the link, man, for your book. It's out already? That's what's up. Congratulations, man. Hey, brother, Shane, that's big words, man. He said your words may have just saved my marriage. Look, I hope it does, man, but I'm humbled. I'm humbled that anything that I've said, the music, whatever it was, what little bit can help, man. So, thank God for that. So questions, y'all, questions. Who got some questions? Is Whitney B online right now? What you got? What you got? We're gonna wrap up here in a little bit. Yes, man. Thank God for that, brother. I thank God for that. Yeah, man. Send me the link, man. Send me the link. You know I support you, man. Proud of you. Got it done, dude. All right, y'all. Harry asks, how do you find the words through your anger to write emotions like this? I mean, real talk, all I can say is like, I'm an emotional person, right? Like I'm my 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 what do they call it? Emotional IQ, I think is what they call it, is high, okay? But when you go through something like this, Harry, you going through it, um, if you a real dude, you gonna feel a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna feel stuff you've never felt before. Like, I'm again, I'm being honest. I'm telling it like it is, y'all. Okay, I have been told that my ex cheated on me. I have been told that obviously that there's rumor going around that I beat her. There's a rumor going around that I'm gay. I mean, I've heard some people have told me some like real serious stuff of like word on the street, right? I'm a man and I'm human. So when you get talked about in these type of situations and things, you know what you want to do. You know what you want to say. But when you put things in perspective, man, like when you really went, okay, I see you, babe. I know you had to say something. Um, but when you can put it in perspective and know that like, okay, I'm not this. I know I'm this. And even for your fault, your accountability, I know I messed up. I know I didn't make the best decision in this particular situation. Then you find yourself just maneuvering through these emotions. And with me, I mean, when I write, I just listen to the spirit. So like typically what I write, usually it's the first thing that you heard. Like it's the first thing that God gave me. You know, like my talent, my gift that I know that I was given to me is words. So it's like a flush of words comes to me when I start writing. And in this particular, with this particular album, and especially this song, like I was literally listening to this beat, and I was in the studio. I had just moved out from being homeless. After the restraining order happened, I had to leave, and I had part of my stuff, all of this, right? When I finally got a new place, I didn't want to get in the studio. I didn't want to do anything. And so I don't remember if this was like the first song, Never Will, but I just remember being on the floor, and by this time it was like 6 months had passed since the incident, and I was angry. Like I was flat out like, this ain't my life. This ain't what I've been working so hard for. Like I got married to stay married. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a family man. I love the youth. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these things, and you just get so just ugh. But somehow I just let God lead my thoughts, and I just write it. And then once I write it, then I go back and like, do I want to say this? This particular album, I could say a lot. You know what I mean? Like I could say a lot. And there were times that I was like, I think that's a little too much. That was more hurtful anger, not like pain anger. You know what I'm saying? So you really just got to sit with your feelings and your emotions. You got to face it. Like you really have to face it. You have to look it dead at your phone, your paper, whatever you do. You got to look at it, and it's like, can you stand by what you're saying, even if it hurts to read it? You know what I mean? If you can stand by it, then that's usually what you should put out. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense, man. I hope that makes sense. Let's see. I think my love has some. Being in a different space and place. How is releasing the album or going back through the songs you wrote in a space long ago? Yeah. I hope y'all heard that. What's up, Billy? What up, man? What up? What up? Yeah, that's good, man. That's good, Billy. Tan Tan, what's up? What's up? Um, yeah, let me read that question again, because that's a really good question. Being in a different space and place, how is it releasing the album or going back through songs you wrote in a space long ago? It's a really different kind of feeling. Like, I think as artists, we do that. I mean, that's what you do. Music is a point in time, standpoint in time of how you was feeling, and something of this magnitude is hard. It's very hard, especially when you do the work to get over it, to rebuild, to fight, to excuse me, to be free from what happened to you, the lies. Like, I can't, like, being lied on or being blamed for something that you didn't do, that like really fires me up, you know. And so it's so emotional, it's so draining. So over the years, because it's been so long since I've actually wrote this stuff, most of it was written like 4 years ago. There's times that I can't even listen to it. There's times that I don't want to hear it. Like, a lot of it is because I'm not in that space. Like, I don't care no more. The only thing I care about is my son. So it's like the marriage part, the what happened to me, the talking about me, like all of it, like nobody cares about that. I know what the truth is. You know what I mean? But then it's like when somebody, when you have to deal with the fact that somebody you loved and thought loved you hurt you that badly, with no remorse, with no I'm sorry, with no, like, it's hard to hear that. To hear yourself share how you feel, especially in a song, because you can keep playing it back. But I think I take it for the truth that it is. It's mine. It's my story. It's happened to me, and I own it. And the more that I do that, the easier it is to, like, I don't hear it like another record, but in some sense I do, you know. And then moments I get in it and I'm like, yo, that happened to me. Like, oh my God, so yeah. Made me to write my first book years ago. Yeah, brother, you writing like crazy, man. Right. Shout out to the authors out there. Shout out to the authors. Shout out. Um, Sorry, I'm going through here. Would you have your music? Oh, excuse me. Hold on. Would you say your music is a reflection of your anger or a reflection of your forgiveness? Ooh, okay. Like, I feel like I'm on Oprah, bruh. Like, real talk. This is the master class. Like, let me know. That's a good question, homie. Um, yeah, Tegan, I appreciate that. I'm telling you, if I ain't have God and I ain't have music, your brother wouldn't be here. I'm telling you. Telling you. Thank God for that, though, right? Here, I'm trying to find your question again, brother. Would you say your music is a reflection of your anger or a reflection of your forgiveness? I would say it's both. Okay. Um, I don't. I know it's both. Um, but I'm glad you took the other side of it. You know, um, because somebody cheat on you, you angry. You want to break up. I'm done. You broke the union. You broke the relationship. I'm out. Right? Uh, Somebody lie on you, causing you to possibly go to jail. I'm angry. Okay? Especially we talking about people who are of God. I don't know what Bible is being read. I don't know what church is being visited, but that's not of God, right? So these are like hard hitting things that's happening. So anger is got to come out. You know what I'm saying? And the Bible says something about that. About uh, I'm paraphrasing, but you can be angry, but it's what you do with that anger, right? So yeah, I've been angry. You know what I'm saying? The first year was probably the hardest because I didn't know like what. Um, and the first feeling that comes up is anger, you know, and it's a grieving thing too. So you're going through the stages, and sometimes you go from, you know, okay, I'm not in denial anymore. Like this happened to me, but now I'm angry. Now I'm back in the denial again, but now I'm angry again. You know what I'm saying? Um, but then the songs too are forgiveness. Like if you, especially on the Never Will, that last line of the verse, forgive yourself for your choice. You know what I'm saying? Like that line was written because I wanted to at least highlight the fact that yeah, I have forgiven you, um, but I feel like the reason that things are still going in the path that they're going is because she hasn't forgiven herself. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I hope that the forgiveness side is being heard, and it's not just like, oh, he just an angry black dude. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I stand by that. Like I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to hide it for sure, man. Thank you, Harry. That was a great question. Um, Lamar, what up, brother? What up? What up? Any more questions, y'all? Any more questions? We are definitely over the time that I had planned to be on, but y'all, I mean, y'all got me talking. Y'all asking some brilliant questions. Y'all are supporting. I really, really appreciate it. Can't say it enough. JustAPuppet.com. Check me out. I got my first video out. It's called Purpose Over Everything. And before I do anything, I cannot believe I forgot to do this early. Let me shout out my boy, my everything, my love, my boo-boo, my son, Jace. Just in case he might see this, we got Facebook goons, y'all. We got Facebook goons. I'm going to just say that, okay? I love you with everything in me. Daddy is here. Daddy ain't going nowhere. Daddy is building, and Daddy is doing it for you. So I miss you and I love you, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So just want to say that. Y'all always gotta shout out my boy. Y'all gotta shout my boy out. That's like, y'all don't know, man. Y'all don't know. I don't want to start crying. That we say that for next week. We save it for next week. But yes, Purpose Over Everything video. Check it out on my page, justapuppet.com. The IG, Jastin Artis, Facebook. Just check it out, man. It's pretty dope. Shout out to Big Cam. Shout out to Mike of Inspired Dart Productions. What else we got going on, y'all? There's like so many things going on. SaveThePortCity.org. Shout out to my people from Wilmington right now. We just trying to help and support as best we can. So we got a music project coming out called Survive Mixtape, headed by His Image, aka Adrian. It's coming out soon. We got a few songs that are kind of floating around. Survive, shout out to Harry. His song Survive. We got this remix with a lot of the people that y'all know from Wilmington. So be on the lookout, but support Save the Port City, man. You can buy hoodies, leggings, socks, t-shirts, mugs. All the money goes towards the relief. So check that out too. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but the cause, man, it's about the cause and nothing else. You know what I mean? Let's see. Anybody got more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions? Thank you, Tegan. I really appreciate that. Baby, I don't know what you're laughing at, though. I don't know. Oh, the goons. The goons exist, okay? Chase Daddy working on that big house, okay? Yes, baby, he gonna let you back in the band. He gonna let you back in. But you gotta practice, though. You gotta practice. Harry, what advice would you give your son before he gets married? Don't get married. I'm just messing. the first thing that comes to mind is trust your spirit. The biggest thing that I guess feels like a regret sometimes is that my spirit knew something, and I trusted. And this is a hard thing to say because I don't want to sound cocky when I say this, but having spiritual gifts is a serious thing, and when you don't listen to it, but again, it's all in His will. It's all for your good. But like, dang, sometimes you be like, man, I could have detoured around some of this if I just listened to my spirit. And I trusted her. I literally, like, my spirit told me that she wasn't ready. Flat out. So I could have waited. Maybe I would have seen certain things at that time that wouldn't have me in the situation now. You know what I'm saying? I told the pastor that we were counseling with, and it was like, this is the part about ministry that's so challenging, is that you trust the counsel that you're given more than you trust your own spirit. And that's what I feel like I did. It was like, yeah, he's a pastor, he's this, or yeah, they've been married for like this long, so they know better than me because I've never done this before. I trust my spirit. So at the same time, I moved forward because I trusted her and I trusted me, to deal with whatever was going to happen. Not like I knew any of this was going to happen, but you know what I mean? Like, I trusted that, maybe my spirit was wrong. It was off. I don't, but whatever's going to happen, I'm going to handle it. I ain't know this was gonna happen. So I would tell Jace, like, yo, trust your spirit. Don't listen to me, your pastor, your mama, your grandmama, your brother, your sister. If it ain't in tune with your spirit, trust your spirit. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, man, we winning. Hey, that's a word. So look, y'all. Anybody got any last questions? Trust your spirit. Hey, I'm gonna do it. If I'm gonna make something, Tegan, right? I'm gonna make a T-shirt. I'm gonna get somebody to make a design. Harry, you on this? Trust your spirit, and we gonna make a T-shirt. You gotta be the first one to buy one. All right? Gotta be the first one to buy one. Okay? So if nobody else has any other questions, we're going to wrap this up. Brother got to go to work tomorrow. You got to go to work tomorrow, whatever the case is. Some people working right now, okay? All right, Tegan, I'm going to hold you to it. But right now you can get a Save the Port City t-shirt at savetheportcity.org. Or you can get your Jastin Artis t-shirt at justthepuppet.com, okay? Okay. Yeah, man, I love it. Carolina Blue. Okay. I love it, y'all. Well, look, check us out again next week, Wednesday, 8 o'clock. All right, Facebook Live. We're going to do it again. You get 2 more songs from the album. And we're going to talk to Whitney and find out how she's doing. Lord willing, her toothache is going to be good. We pray over that. Lord knows, I know it ain't easy. So I really thank you all for joining in. Please share this, okay? I really need y'all to share it. Your support is how we can help other people like Shane, like Harry. And even if you didn't voice what's going on with you in your life and your marriage, what you've been through, this and that and the third, the vision for this is to really help other people. And we can't help them if we keep it to ourselves or we don't share it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really stepping out on some crazy stuff, man. But it's my purpose. It's what I got to do. And I can't do it without y'all. Real talk. So check everything out. See you next week on, I don't know what that date is. Ain't that like the 31st? It's Halloween, ain't it? Y'all be safe that night, but we still going to rock out, okay? 8 o'clock, sharp. All right, it's going to be a bow tie. I want to see some fellas in their bow tie, okay? All right, y'all. I appreciate you. Let's do it again. Peace.